Yeah, I think we're meeting at a time when in South Africa a lot of attention is being focused on the COP17 summit at the end of the year. And I suppose globally, with the threat of climate change, and also, of course, in South Africa for various reasons, this summit is very critical. And so the points that we have to make is essentially three. We have to understand the nature of and what is behind the climate crisis and how it's connected to the global crisis. I think that's the first point. Secondly, I think for countries like South Africa, these so-called emerging economies, it's not possible for them to hide behind, in the case of South Africa, that it's a small issue in terms of emitter of greenhouse gases. So South Africa is the 12th biggest emitter of greenhouse gases in the world, and like the developed countries, it needs to cut down its emissions. Now, of course, the third issue, and I think this is a fundamental issue, and it's part of the discussions here at TNI, is going to be how should we as civil society organize around this issue, and particularly for us in South Africa, where climate is very remote. So in terms of people in South Africa, they have problems of mass unemployment, housing crisis, food prices going up, and land issues, and so on and so forth. How do we make the question of climate relevant to them and link our struggles and link our campaigns and all some ghettoized process? So what we're doing in South Africa, we're making the link between jobs and climate. In other words, what we're saying is that South Africa needs to, for its own developmental requirements, it needs to shift away from coal-fired powered energy and fossil fuel energy. And within it lies a huge potential for transformation in a very progressive sense, and with masses of decent jobs being created in the process. And so a number of us in the civil society, labor movement, etc., environmental movement have come together to launch a campaign for 1 million climate jobs, which we can show very credibly how this can be done, and within it has the logic of questioning the very power bases around which South Africa's developmental and development strategy for the last 100, ever since minerals were discovered in South Africa, it has dominated the process of development. And this has now brought us to a cul-de-sac. And so this, with climate, we are able to kind of open up and start posing alternatives in an extremely concrete